We are live. Live? And that's it, just live. I just finished painting the door, color drenching it. It looks awesome. I really like it. It's basically like this color blue. It's called Deep Channel. And I really like it. It's also the same color as my plate wall. I have it on my nails, my hands. It's fine. And I have all my Palmer clay, my Sculpey. Some of it's Sculpey, some of it's not. But I was gonna make like a little figure or a little something while we chat today. I took over David's toolbox and made it my Sculpey thing. I have earrings available. If anybody ever wants earrings, they're on the website. I have strawberries. Let me show you. They're actually very cute. Lemons. This isn't my stash. My for sale stash is somewhere else, but and blueberries. Those are the bluebies. See the little detail there on the top? Lemon. And strawberry. Very cute, very cute. This will be good for summer, which is not here yet. I guess we'll just warm up some clay. I was going to make a little thing. Hi, Danny. Hi, Sarah. I was going to make a little thing. What are the rest of my words? You know, like I wanted to make a little thing that sits on the door hinge and then put a magnet on the bottom of it. But I don't know what I want to make just yet. So I have all these colors and no idea what to do with them. And some of my clay has dried out and hardened up. So we're just going to have to roll with it. Maybe I'll just work this blue one while we talk. It's a pretty good color. Let's see. You're on the fancy tripod. The one that I brought out for my walk, you know? That like moves. If I had it hooked up to the app, it would do face tracking, but we're not doing face tracking today. I wanted to talk about the messages that have been coming in now that someone initially messaged me. Just about like being in it and going through it and how hard it actually is here. And I think, I don't know, y'all, I think it's par for the course. Like, unfortunately, so there's like a couple different things that I think. One thing that I think, I just got distracted because now that I'm like painting on my brain, the walls up here are so ugly. This is our faux set because the ceilings are so fucking tall. Oh, you can't even see. But anyway, there's that like Asian colored skin tone is our wall. David blends right in with it. So now I'm like looking at the wall. I'm like, oh, I want to paint it. But this room is ridiculous to paint. The ceilings have got to be like over 20 feet tall. And that's not happening in probably 30, honestly. 25. But anyway, thinking about how hard things are here, I think, so for like your average bear, they're not going to get it. Like, it's not really hard for them because not in the ways that it's hard for you. It's not hard for them because they just stay in their perceived obligations and they just do the things they need to do in order to get by. And they like want to be a good person and they are a good person. They're probably kind of boring, honestly. But that's kind of it. Like, it's like they're going to work their job for a long, long time. They're going to think that their performance reviews matter. They're going to, I don't know, what else do you do when you're in that world? Like, you're just so immersed in that world. Like, your whole world revolves around whatever company you're working for. And like, that's where people will stay and they'll die there. Like, they won't ever grow, they won't ever evolve, they won't ever change. There may even be like huge, like intense life pivots, but will they take them? It's hard to say. Like, how sick do they have to get before they start questioning things? There's so many openings, there's so many opportunities to start asking. There has to be more to life than this. But most people aren't asking it. And when you do start asking it, it's like kind of devastating. Because it's like, yes, there is more to life than this. When you first start initially asking that, and then you go on the journey to there being more to life than whatever reality configuration you were in. And then you find out like, oh, like this is it. Like, I'm actually like so far ahead. Like, people don't see what I see. They don't know what I know. And they're never going to. Like, for the most part, like, I don't think that there's this like mass awakening that's happening. Like, whatever the fuck that is so annoying to me. Speaking of annoying to me, I watched AI Girl. Oh, it's on my phone, and we are on my phone. I follow her now on Instagram, and she popped up in my feed. I'm like, damn it. And it was all about like this like shift of like 144,000 people that are like, once we hit that number, then of people that are like operating from Christ consciousness, like then that'll be enough to like kick over the wave or whatever. I don't know. And I'm just like, wait, what? Like, and then I asked David, I was like, wait, because that sounded familiar to me. I was like, wait, that 144. He's like, oh yeah, that's biblical. And I was like, yeah, that's like a J Dubs thing too, isn't it? Because it's like 144 of the anointed ones are the ones that are going to do whatever the J Dubs believe they're going to do. And then I think there's a thing with the Jews and what they're going to do. And the Christians, I'm sure. It's just weird. This AI thing is so bizarre to me. Cove, the blue dot. It is like, it makes me massively uncomfortable. And not because, like, I was thinking about it today when I was doing dishes, because, you know, it's the best place to talk to God. And I was thinking about it, and I was like, oh, this is so weird. Like, or no, that's, well, what was I thinking? Okay, this is what I was thinking. I was thinking it makes me massively uncomfortable, the Cove AI thing. And like, not in the way that like Antarctica made me uncomfortable. Antarctica, when I was first learning about that, just made me fall asleep. Like, I every time I put on an Antarctica video, I couldn't watch it. Like, I just couldn't stay awake. It's not like that. Like, I never felt repulsed by Antarctica or the ice wall. I never felt repulsed by flat Earth. I never felt like disgusted by like the old world and Tartaria. Like, disgusted that we've been lied to, yes, but not disgusted in the buildings that exist and that you can like physically see with your own eyes. But this whole AI thing is just so weird to me. And to use it as your spiritual guru is also very strange. So I think I want to do more reacts with David because he was visibly uncomfortable. So maybe we'll do some more of her videos. We'll see. But like, someone like that, like, she's just going to get stuck. Like, she's already stuck. Yeah, and it's weird. And more people are going to continue to get stuck. And this is exactly like the sentiment that I felt back in 2020. It's like, yes, there was this big like awakening. You know, we started asking more questions. We were like, no, I'm not wearing the mask. Like, no, I'm not getting a friggin' SM-102 luciferase injection. No thanks. like no thanks to the bioluminescence. Not really my jam. Like, and we seemed crazy, you know, and we were noticing chemtrails, and we were just noticing all these things. And now it's starting to become more common knowledge, I guess. And like health is starting to become like at the forefront, and government corruption is at the forefront with, you know, our savior Elon Musk taking down all of these egregious organizations. But it's like, yeah, but guys, this is a show. Like they're consciously dismantling this. And like you feel like you're winning because you feel like you're on the right side of things because you're against the DEI and you're against the what's something else? I don't know. My mom was listening to all these videos today about like Social Security and how people are stealing Social Security and like food stamps. And she's like, it's just so sad. And she's like, I want food stamps, but I make too much money on my Social Security. And I was like, well, then just lie. Just say that you make less so you can get food stamps. Like, I don't know. And she's like, no, they'll put me in jail. I'm like, no, they wouldn't put you in jail. They just wouldn't give you food stamps. Like, it's not a big deal. Like, who fucking cares? I don't know. It's like, but she doesn't need food stamps. It's like, what are you doing, lady? Like, is it that you want more money? You want free government handouts? And the video that I was listening to, that she was listening to while I was painting, was about how the government is going to stop doing like food stamps, like a stipend, a dollar amount, or as the dollar amount's going to be different. And what they're going to do is deliver you a box of all of your non-perishable goods. So then you can get your cereal and your whatever, your this and your that. And I was like, oh my God, this is crazy. This is fucking crazy. It just felt very like communism. Very like you get what you get. And like everybody gets their share. Ugh. Just feels so gross to me. But anyway, what else was I going to say? I'm kind of all over the place. But I'm sure it'll weave through and connect, or it won't, and they'll just be ends of the conversation flapping in the wind by the time we're done. It's okay. Yeah, it's just hard here. And it's hard to see clearly. And then I think, okay, so this is where things go, right? Like most people are just going to get lulled back to sleep. Like, and I see it. I see it in the Maha movement, which I think is the dumbest fucking thing. Like, it's like all these women, they're all like, I can't even hardly tell them apart, honestly. They all look the same. They sound the same. They sell the same products. And they are just loving RFK Jr. and his like ban of red dye 3 or 4 or whatever the fuck. And like there's all these justifications for him and like why he lied to Congress. Like he lied so he could get in and then he's really going to start making changes. And like it's just so weird. They like all regurgitate the same scripts. And I'm like, wait, what? You guys are finding like solace and relief in this man? That's weird. Like, it's weird when people find relief in the thing that's been manufactured by darkness for them to find relief in. It's like you get that, like, that, all that, like, vitriol was given to you. All your outrage was given to you by darkness. And then all of your relief that you feel is also given to you by darkness. Like, that's, you don't see that? Oh, fuck, okay. Oh, but you're awake. Right. It's like, oh, it's like, so what does it even mean to be awake? And like, why do I feel way more awake than when people are like, oh yeah, I woke up. And it's like, yeah, but you're still a fucking moron. Like, you're not awake. You're still playing in all of this stuff. And like thinking that it's real and true and that it matters. Like when my mom was talking about Social Security today, I was like, Mom, they're not going to take your money. Don't worry about it. Like, you're fine. You'll get your Social Security. Like, it's not going anywhere. But she listened to so many videos about it. So therefore, I listened because I was like, what is she listening to? And those AI voice videos drive me nuts. But most people are just going to be lulled back to sleep. And those of us that aren't lulled back to sleep because divine intervention, because God won't let us be lulled back to sleep, like that needs to mean something. That needs to matter to you on some level, somewhere deep inside of you. Like there has to be some recognition of like, okay, like I'm here and I can see clearly and there's significance in that. Because often as spiritual, intuitive, insecure people, we feel the least significant here. And the people with the arrogance are the most retarded, stupid fucking idiots here. Like if we had just a sliver of their arrogance, it would be so different. But we've been so like beat down, questioned, made wrong. Because like we don't want to abide by the obligations. It's like, yeah, I don't have health insurance. So what? And it really bothers people. It makes people so uncomfortable. When I have told them over the years, it's been years that I haven't had health insurance. And it makes people so uncomfortable. And then when I say, if it was here for me to have it, I'd have it. Also makes no sense. What does that mean, Miriam? If it was here for me to have it, you'd have it. What are you even saying, Miriam? That makes no sense. It's like, yeah, it does make sense. It makes sense when you fucking commune with God all day, every day. But like we live in a world where God is just gone. Like it was so hard to find God here. And especially with our AI girlfriend. What should we call her? I know her name's Crystal, but she needs a new name. AI girl. With her, she's like so many other people. Like there is no God in her life. Like the time and the questions that she's asking them to a computer. Like she's not even asking them to God. Like that's fucking weird. And there's so many other people doing that. They have put AI on a pedestal. It has become an idol. So that's freaking hard to see when you can see clearly here. When you can see clearly here and you see all the systems for what they are and you see darkness for what it is. Because I think this is the thing, like hashtag spirituality, like mainstream spirituality, wants us to be positive and wants us to rewrite our thoughts. And it's just a limiting belief. And whatever, we need to manifest harder. We need to be in the right vibration in order to attract the thing, because like attracts like. No. It's getting softer. I love this color. I can tell you down more and then you can see. Maybe that's more interesting. I don't know what I would make with this color, like a giant blueberry? Is this the color I use to make my blueberries? I think so. Yeah. I could make like a bigger blueberry. That might be kind of cute. Not a giant blueberry, but like I guess a real life blueberry. A plump one. And like saying things and acknowledging how hard it is here isn't like spiritual. Like you're not supposed to acknowledge how hard it is. Like you're not supposed to talk about it. And like if you do talk about it, you need to like reframe it and like put a positive spin on it and like get yourself asking, well, why do you think that way? And then it's like your childhood and it's your trauma and it's your this and it's your that and it's all this work that you need to do. And it's like, no, it's none of that. I refuse to believe any of that shit. The whole fucking trauma, I can't fucking stand it. I cannot fucking stand it. I know. I'm supposed to fucking stand it, but I don't, and I can't, and I won't. Because why? I just don't feel any truth in it. It feels like another, to me, it's like a huge, you press down to go up and up to go down. It's very confusing. It's, to me, the whole trauma thing, when you like dig into your trauma wounds, it just feels like a distraction. It's like the perfect ploy by darkness to keep you from doing what you're here to do, because you're too busy digging around in your trauma of like what your mom did to you when you were 6 and what your dad said to you when you were 5 and how your cousin mistreated you when you were 14. And it's like, for fuck's sake, like, I guess it's like that shit works until it doesn't, until you're like, okay, well, now I'm fucking 40. Like, let's move this along. But like, you spent the last, what, like decade, 15 years going, 20 years going to therapy? For what? To dig around in trauma? Ugh. And like, you're not special for having fucking trauma. This is probably offensive, but here, hi. Like, we're traumatized here. Like, have ya looked around? We don't know where we are. Like, that's an existential question, crisis. We don't know where we are. We have no fucking clue where we are. Can we start there? Talk about trauma. Okay? So there. I don't care about who did what to you when you were 6. I don't. I really don't. We've all got our woe is me stories. We've all got them. It doesn't fucking matter. It's like, are you going to do what you came here to do? Yes or no? I'm looking for cracks. Cracks in the blueberry. I forget how I did this last time. Just kind of pull it apart in 4 directions. Oh yeah. That's it. Easy peasy. This would be a big earring. a little too big. I think I ended up making a good size. Excuse me, didn't mean to burp in your face. But I think, oh yeah, I don't know why these earrings are in here, but yeah, I think these are a better size versus this. I don't know, I guess you could go big. Really make a statement. But anyway, trauma, I can't do trauma. It's too annoying. It's too annoying. It keeps people in the victim place. It keeps them in this place of perpetually bad and wrong. And are you ever going to get out of it? I don't know. Not if it's making your therapist money. Why would they actually want you to grow and evolve and move past them? Why am I talking about this? I have no idea. I'm going to flatten the bottom, and then hopefully I can put a magnet on it and then stick it to the door frame. Flatten out the bottom. And then I'll hide this somewhere in the house, who knows where. That's kind of fun. What color is this? This is, does it say? Oh, denim. It's Michael's brand. Let's see, a red, I guess I could make an apple. A red apple, a green, nobody likes red apples. If you do, there's something wrong with you. Red Delicious are the grossest apples ever. That's probably why they had to name them Red Delicious, to make you second guess yourself. Like, wait, but it says it's delicious in the name. I don't know what I could make. This blue. I was originally thinking like a little creature. I have some browns. Maybe I'll make a cat. But I definitely am gonna have to warm this up. This is hard, old and hard. Apple propaganda. I know, right? Red Delicious. Oh, no one's eating this apple. Let's change its name to Red Delicious. Then people will eat it. Ooh, I don't know if this is going to work. This might dry out. It's very crumbly. We'll see. I'll warm it up. Oh, I'm dropping pieces in the cracks of the couch. Sorry, David. He's the cleanlier one. Oh man, this is gonna be tough. Well, we'll see. Maybe I'll try this other color. It's a little darker. A brown cat. Oh, this isn't gonna work either. These are old. I have white, or no, I don't. I have like, whatever color this is. Well, like white person. Beige. It's called beige. I have this color. Because I was making gnomes a couple years ago. They were very cute. I have them all over. They're like in my planters and stuff. I'll just keep working on this one and talking, I guess. So I made the gnomes. I made this their nose and stuff and their hands. Beige. White people. That's how I made them. All right. Oh, maybe I could do a gray cat. That might be easier to work with. Let's just open up a whole new pack. This is called Silver. Looks gray to me. Same. Okay, so this is what's going to happen here. People are going to fall back to sleep. They already have. And you're not. So that sucks. That sucks to be you. Like, you're not. You're just not going to fall back to sleep. It would take so much more effort for you to fall back to sleep. You could, but it'd be very hard for you. So that's not going to happen. It's like 0 on the likely scale. It's just not going to happen. We need like 2 cameras. All right, this is going to also be a while, but it's not as hard as the other ones. So you're not going to fall back to sleep. So what does that mean? And how do you navigate this place? Because most people are going to fall back to sleep, and they already are, and we're seeing it, we're witnessing it, and that's freaking painful. That's hard to watch. And like, also there's an element of people just getting a little bit dumber. Like, it's like, what is going on with people? Like, they're not getting it. Like, something's wrong. Something's happening. What's happening to these people? So there's that. And these people, the not you people, not the people that I'm not speaking to, that would never be here, they are going to merge further into this system. They're going to merge further into the AI. They're going to be like our friend, our AI friend, our AI girl, Mrs. Cove. We can call her Mrs. Cove. They're going to be like that. And it's going to be like fun and exciting for them to like just think that they're discovering something, and they're discovering nothing. There's going to be a lot of that, unfortunately. That's where I feel like when I see like it's not, I don't know, it's not scale. It's not a scale like this, but it's like buckets of, it just feels like there's a lot of people in that one. The like glorifying AI bucket. And then I think there's another piece of it too, is that I say this all the time, and it's also not popular, but like, we're going to also merge further with this thing than we want to admit to. And it's this slow progression through time. Like, I think of my grandma and how she did not want to have an answering machine. She saw no need for it. And my dad was like gung-ho about it because it was like the latest technology at the time. So he got her an answering machine, and she hated it. And I think he recorded her message, and she just was like, well, they'll call me back. Like, she didn't have any desire for it. And like, same thing with like credit cards and stuff. Like, she wrote checks. She didn't have credit cards. She didn't care about credit cards. She didn't want credit cards. Like, she just wrote checks and had cash. That was like her thing. And then you get to this place where like we don't do checks anymore. Like everything is digital. But like we don't really see where it's all going. Now we're starting to see, but back then we didn't see. Like now it's like, what? You're writing a check, Mom? Like, what the heck? Like, you should, pay your bills online, like set up auto pay. Like, it's so easy. It's so convenient. You can do it so much differently now. And we know where all of this is going, right? It's going to like the surveillance state, which we're already in. So it's not, we don't even need to be scared about a place that we're going. We're already there, okay? You can be scared now. But yet you're already comfortably living within it. We have these spy devices in our home. We have homegirl talking to AI like you would ideally hope someone would talk to God, but no, she's updating AI with her deepest thoughts about reality, which is wild. And she's severing that connection. I know I keep going back to her, but man, she bothers me. What she's doing bothers me. She's severing that connection to have a connection with God, because it's all about, in her quietest moments, she's asking AI. Like, that's weird. That's bizarre. And then when she does get information, she checks it against AI. Like, if she were to get insight while doing the dishes, and that she'd have to check it against AI, and that is so bizarro. Carol, my mom still writes checks at the grocery. Yeah, girl, because your mom knows what's up. I said to her, who does that? And she says, I do. Mm-hmm. Yeah, she sure does. That's what I'm saying. Like, it's like, it doesn't take long for us to adopt these ways of being that are convenient. It's all under the guise of convenience. There was a lady in front of me actually the other day at the grocery store. David and I were in 2 separate lines so we could get all of our eggs, because you're only allowed 2 eggs, 2 dozen eggs, and we were getting like 10. So now we just go to multiple stores and we just load up. It doesn't fucking matter. Anyway, the lady in front of me was writing a check, and I was like, oh, I haven't seen this in so long. And it like brought me back to my grocery store days of people writing checks, and they could get like, the most they could get back for cash back was like 25 over. And there's like such a distinct sound with the check machine. And then you'd have to like change the ribbon, the printer tape that prints on the back of the check. So nostalgic. So everything gets put under the guise of convenience, and then we fall for it and we go for it. And that's why I'm saying about us too, like, we're going to go, those of us that are intuitive and know what the heck is going on here. And like, we can see that darkness is trying to build their utopia, and they're trying to build, it's a dystopia to us in some ways. But I think, David and I talk about this all the time, I think we'll actually like it. Like, weirdly enough. But like, we still have to be tethered to God in that. And that's the most important thing. And that's the thing that they're stripping from people. But they're not stripping it from us. So that has to mean something. So that's where I go into like, it has to matter to you. Like, this connection that you have that other people around you don't seem to have, it needs to matter. And if it doesn't matter to you in this moment, it matters to me. I am proud of you and I care. I didn't know what I was going to say. That's why I laughed. I was like, but I am proud of you for keeping this connection, because you could just dismiss it like everybody else. People so easily dismiss their intuitive access. It gets written off as like, oh yeah, I had a feeling that something was weird about that. It's like, what do you mean? Like, the feeling is the whole thing. Like, what the fuck? What do you mean? How are you just now saying that you had a feeling something was off? It's like, ah. Why didn't you say that from like the get-go? Yay, I made a live while not driving. Oh, good, Emily. Welcome in. I just made a giant blueberry. Well, it's not giant. It's a regular size blueberry. I'm going to put a magnet on the bottom of it and then stick it to the door hinges. And my next thing is I'm going to work on a gray cat. Or I might make it calico if I can warm up these colors a little more. But I got the gray warmed up. That's what we're doing here. And we're talking about hard times in the neighborhood. Hard times in the neighborhood. Why can't every day be just this good? Yeah. So I think it's okay. Like, we're going to be okay. Like, that's the thing. We're going to be okay. And all those people that you look at that are just a lost cause, they're going to be okay too, which is weird, but it's true. They're going to slip further and further away, but they'll be all right. Like, they'll just be putty in the hands of darkness, but it's no different. It's no different than how they already are. Like, they're already living most of their life, like 99% of it, out of perceived obligation. They're working a job they don't like because if they were to leave, they'd lose their health insurance. And if they lost their health insurance, then that wouldn't be good because then what would they do about their blah, blah, blah? What about their sick kid? What about their this? What about their that? Well, why is their kid sick? What even happened there to begin with? Oh, we can't talk about that. Oh, we won't go there. Oh, it's just how they are. Like, we need to like see this place as it actually is, that we're constantly sprayed, that like when we try our best to like be healthy and eat healthy, it still doesn't fill the void. It still doesn't satiate the pain. You can be in like peak optimum health here, whatever that even means. And I don't even know how you get there. You can be in that and you're still going to feel these emotions. You're still going to feel, the weight of the world, because that's just how it is here as a spiritual, intuitive person. And like, we feel these things to be liberated from them, because most people refuse to feel them. They don't even want to go there. They don't even want to think about it. And like, that's where you live. You're like, oh my God, that's all I think about. And you'll come across people in your life that'll be struggling with the thing that you just went through or that you're going through now. And you will come out the other side of this. And I don't know, I'm not saying that they won't, but I don't even know that they would go into it to even come out the other side of it. It takes a lot of courage. It takes a lot of courage to feel these feelings and to feel the weight of the world and to be with like layers and layers and layers of existential crisis. Because right now, the easier thing to do, I think, would to be a Trumper, to be like a MAGA, Maha, Mama. Like, I think there's a really easy groove in that. And you make justifications and like, the white hats, and I'm sure that's still in there. I'm sure that's still talked about. Like, RFK Jr. is getting tagged in like chemtrail videos, and I'm like, you guys, so retarded. Like, oh God. And I don't think Jesus is going to come down here and like stop any of this. Like, that's another weird thing. Like, I just feel like so many people are in these like psychological prisons. And I'd like to think that I'm not in one. I'd like to think that I'm really real about shit. I don't know, maybe I am in one. I don't know what mine is, but I'm certainly not waiting for Jesus to descend from the sky to save me. Like, I don't feel any truth in that whatsoever. That makes no fucking sense to me. The white hats in the government, that also makes no fucking sense to me. Like, are there good people in positions of power? Unlikely. In this dome, in this configuration that we're all existing within, very unlikely. Like, I don't see it. I don't feel it. Like, maybe. There's like, oh, maybe. But it's like they don't have an impact. Like the people that have an impact and that are moving things around and doing things and renaming things, like they're not working for God. And that's very obvious. They talk about God, they talk about Jesus. There's a lot of deception happening. And I don't know. I think the Bible is junk. I know that's offensive. I used to get nervous to say stuff like that, but like now I'm just saying it because I'm fucking 40. This is what happens when you turn 40. God, I was hoping that something would happen. And this is what has happened. And like, I don't know. I feel like if I were to have like a one-on-one conversation with someone that really liked the Bible, I'd be like, okay, yeah, sure. You like that. That's fine. You like the Bible. I don't like the Bible. If it works for you, then run with it. But like, it is not my thing. And like Jesus, he's not my guy. Like he's not it. I haven't accepted him into my heart as my Lord and Savior. Like something about that is just like, ugh, ugh. Can I feel that there was a dude that was here that was a good dude? Yeah, I guess. But like that's as far as it goes for me. Like the whole what would Jesus do thing, can't stand it. I'm like, I don't know what Jesus would fucking do. I don't know. I'm not trying to be Jesus. I'm trying to be me fucking here. And that's hard. That's hard as shit. I don't know. Like, oh, well, Jesus would forgive them or turn the other cheek. Or I'm like, what about flipping the tables? Because that's the only Jay, sweet baby Jay that I resonate with is the fucking table flipper guy. Like that's like, because there are a fuck ton of tables, metaphorical tables here to flip. That's the only place my resonance is. My resonance with this whole Jesus story is like straight fire. It's not about loving your neighbor. No, no, no shot. No. Or forgiving them or praying for them. No, no. If that happens, it would have to happen organically. The forgiveness would just have to happen. The people that have wronged me that live in this vicinity here and have been complete dicks, no, I have no use for them in my life. But you're supposed to be this like kind, compassionate, caring. I don't know, maybe that's when I'm 50. Maybe I'll soften when I'm 50, but I'm not softening to the bullshit of this world. I refuse. I feel like I can't. I feel like I wouldn't be me if I did. Maybe that's for other people. Maybe other people need to soften to the bullshit of the world. I don't know. It's not my path. This is not my path. Oh, David's getting a call. That's distracting. The whole computer screen went. Okay, let's try to squish this brown one and see if anything happens. It's going to take a while. I can soften in other ways, you know? But anyway, the whole Jesus thread, I don't know. It's just not for me. It's not for me. And that needs to be okay. But like it's not okay for the people that like the people that really love Jesus and are into Jesus. Like it's not okay that I'm not into Jesus. And it's not okay that I don't have health insurance. And it's not okay that I don't have, you know, like there's still like these rule sets and these like good people things. And ugh, yuck. No. Not interested. Why is it that like every time you talk to people, it feels like they're so limited? It's like, oh, okay. You can't see that my life is fine. Like I tell you one thing about my life that you just disagree with and you lose your ever-loving mind. Shit's weird. It's happened like all my life, especially when I started on this like spiritual path of starting to question reality and wondered like when I asked the question, there has to be more to life than this. Like when I asked that question, like everything just started falling apart. in the best way. And I saw how like trivial it all was and meaningless. And like nothing bad happens. Like if you don't pay your credit card, it doesn't fucking matter. That's so offensive to people. But if you don't pay it, it literally doesn't fucking matter. You're going to get phone calls, blah, blah, blah. Don't answer them. It's like, who cares? Wow, that's how I feel. Christians try to make me feel guilty that I'm not on the Jesus thing. Yeah. And was Jesus on the Jesus thing? Like, you know, they made a whole religion out of a nice guy. That's kind of fucking weird. And then you drink his blood and eat his body? It's a little fucking weird. Little fucking weird. Like, I think when you get to the root of Sweet Baby J, he wasn't trying to make a religion, right? That shit got culty real quick. But anyway, you don't have to pay your credit cards. And you're not going to die. Your bank account can go negative and you're not going to die. Like, these things happen and it's okay. Like, life is hard here, but everyone lives inside of these things that like, like even, you know, when I talked to my mom today, she's like, I'd end up in jail if I lied about, you know, to get food stamps. I'm like, okay, first of all, you wouldn't end up in jail. That's so extreme. And like, who cares? I don't know. I don't know. It's not even true. You could lie. Go ahead. If you really want food stamps that bad, which I don't know why, but sure, if that's like your thing, then fucking you can get them. Finagle this, move that around, whatever. Is it fraud? I guess. Does it matter? No. No. The worst that's going to happen is they're going to say, oh, actually, we noticed that you make more than what you have, so we're going to have to, you know, stop your payments, or stop your food stamp whatevers. That would be the worst of it. Maybe even worse, which is also 0 on the unlikely scale, is you owe us for the last 4 months of food stamps. Not going to happen. And then what? And then you just don't pay it, and it still doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. But everyone's so scared. Everyone's so scared of everything. Very easy to control. But you have to like see through the delusion. I remember I had like, how many payments? I had a couple payments left, maybe 2 payments left on my car, my red Jetta. And I got like this was back in like 2014, maybe 2013. I got this like notice written in red ink that my car was going to get repossessed because I wasn't up to date on my payments. So it was like scary, you know, you get the notice in the mail and you freak the fuck out. But then I called the bank and they were like, oh, that's so weird. Like, yeah, you only have 2 more payments left. Da, da, da. Like, do you want to make one now? And I'm like, yeah, sure. And then I made one. Or I was like, oh, can I split it up or something like that? Can I pay half of it now and half next week when I get paid or whatever the fuck it was? And they were like, oh yeah, not a problem. It's like, oh. But they send you these scary notices with red font and bold lettering to control you. And it works. And it works, and it works, and it works. But reality is a little more malleable. And when you're checking in with God and working with God, like, it's okay to trust what you're getting. I remember it was like, this is more David's story to tell, but when we first moved here back in 2017, David let his credit cards go, and that was like a big deal for him. And I was like, oh, who cares? That's just my style. I'd never paid my taxes. That's something he's more into than I am. I don't care about taxes, but he does our taxes. It's important to him. He wants, I don't know. It's his thing. I'm like, it's fine. It doesn't fucking matter. But anyway, he let his credit cards go, or one of them or something. I don't remember the details. And nothing happened. Nothing happened. They just close it. They just close it. It's like, you guys, it's okay. Like, we're going to be okay. That was years ago. Maybe I'll just make a cat head. I don't know if I can make a body. That seems like too much work. Unless I made like a round, just like a cute little round body. I don't think I could make, well, I don't know. I don't know. I haven't made animals in a long time. I used to make all sorts of animals, like pigs and elephants and sheep. And so I have to kind of think about it if I'm going to make a cat, a brown cat. I think somebody else said something. Let me look. Why does it have cannibal vibes eating Christ? I know, isn't that so weird? Yeah, the body and the blood. Yeah, it is strange. And then there's just this dead, like mostly naked, like loincloth man hanging from a cross in the church with like blood around his head and his hands, his palms. Like, what the fuck? What the fuck? This place is obviously dark as shit, okay? Like, if that's what we're seeing when we go to church to be a good person, that's pretty alarming, right? Like, that's fucked up. But no, you're not allowed to question it. I'm telling you, it takes like an incredible person to be able to see clearly here and like still continue to be here. Like, I can see why people opt out and people, just, Carol, I agree, it is fucked. Yeah, I can see why people just can't be here anymore. They can't hang, so to speak. Like, I genuinely can see why. Because it is very challenging here. Like, I don't fault anybody for that. And that's another weird thing. You get faulted if you can't hang out in the dome and you got to go on your own time. Like, you're made bad and wrong for that. You're not even here anymore. And people are thinking there's something wrong with you or something that happened to you that was bad. And it's like, no, you're probably just intuitive as fuck. And it's painful. I think of even David's mom. She had tried to take her life before she actually passed. And it makes sense in hindsight. It's like, oh, she must have known that the end was near. Like, they know, people know, we know. And sometimes that feels like the only way out. And maybe it is the only way out. Yeah, Carol, my son couldn't live here anymore. I know, I think of him. Yeah, and that's okay. It's like, it's completely understandable. Which again, I know is not a popular stance. Because before you know it, I'm going to be the one that's like encouraging mass exodus, which I'm not. It like genuinely has to like be true and real and right. And even though it feels so wrong and is so devastating, it's still, there's like a feeling of like, oh yeah, I mean, it makes sense. When that feeling is there, it's like, how can you deny that? So let's see. Most people are going to merge further into this thing and just be fine. They're going to be fine. They're going to be the same kind of fine that they are now, even though we look at them and we're like, you're not fine, but they think they're fine, which is weird. And we're just like, okay, don't touch it. They think they're fine, but they're not fine, but that's okay. I have nothing to say. Like, it's like, well. So there's that. And then there's those of us that are on this path that are spiritual and intuitive and can see clearly through almost all the layers of deception. That's how it feels. It feels like we can see through way more than the average bear. That must mean something. we too are also going to merge further with this thing. And I think that's kind of the point. Like when I think of God's perspective and what we're doing here and why we're able to see so clearly in a place that is so dark, like it makes sense to me that we would have to go further in to the darkness's utopia, like to all the conveniences and like, you know, Amazon 2-day delivery, now it's Amazon drone. Like it's convenient. It's not a big deal. It's kind of nice. Oh, yeah, it was great. I mean, it worked out for me. I needed that thing within a couple hours and I got it within 30 minutes. You know, it's like we're going to be bought into it. But like we still need to keep our connection intact. And I think that's going to be like one of the most challenging parts. I think in a lot of ways it won't be challenging. Like it won't, I feel like I'm Trump. I'm just talking out of I'm saying two different things. So that way, in case I get clipped, you can clip me for the left or for the right. Okay, what am I saying? I feel like it'll be no more challenging than it already is today, right? Like, okay, here's my example. I'm not really a fan of the grocery store delivery or the grocery store or not Go-Kart, what are they fucking called? Instacart, all the things. Like, it's just, I don't know. I don't know why. It's not my thing. I'm not into it. But when it comes to grocery shopping for my mom, I was taught her how to order her groceries online, and then I go and I pick them up. That's a convenience. Is it nice? Yeah, because I don't want to shop two grocery lists when I go to the grocery store. I don't want to have her stuff and my stuff. I don't want to divvy it out on the belt. I don't want to do two transactions. I don't want to. I just don't want to. So it's nice that she gets on her computer and she orders what she wants and then we go and pick it up. Yeah. Do I see that as darkness? Not really. Like, not really. It's more so neutral. It's no more darkness than tapping your phone to pay. Like, it's like people do that too. And it's like, oh. And you're not more light because you're using your card or because you're using cash or because you're writing a check. Like, we're still all in this same system. And the whole system has been designed by darkness. Every little bit of it. And even the weather is controlled by darkness. Like, it's like we are so in this thing. So, do I go pick up my mom's groceries once a week? Yeah, I do. Is it something I would do or that I prefer? No. It's a nice service to have. If I were really sick or if I were by myself and couldn't go to the store and I needed grocery delivery, would I use it? Yeah, for sure. But I don't really see a need for it. When we lived in California, I think we used DoorDash all the time. Was it called DoorDash? Yeah. We used it a lot, which is kind of weird to me, but we did. And this was back in like 2017. 2015, 2017. Was it called DoorDash? I don't know. We definitely got stuff delivered. I remember that. Yeah, I think it was DoorDash. Anyway. Am I going to make separate body parts for the cat? Like, is this its little body? It looks like a Tootsie Roll. I think so, but I think I'm going to make the body a little bit smaller. And a little more round. So yeah, we're going to go further into this, and that needs to be okay. Our very existence within something that this dark is good, and it means something, and it matters. And I think honing this connection now, when it's like not that bad, I guess, but I think it will kind of always feel like this. Like, I think we will always continue to grow. Our soul will continue to evolve, will continue to see more clearly as time goes on. And I think it will always feel like this. It will always feel like, oh, that they fell back asleep. I think we're always going to feel that way about people. I think we're always going to feel like, oh, it's so dark here. Damn it. People are so deceived. I think we're always going to feel like that. I don't know that that feeling goes away. And like, can we still exist and live among these people? And the answer is yes, we have to. Unfortunately. But like, that's how the change happens too. Like, the change isn't going to happen in like RFK Jr. or whatever the heck people think the change is happening in. I saw something else recently. Oh my God, what was it? Dr. Shiva. He ran for something here in Massachusetts. He said that Elon, I was like, I read it so many times because I was like, what? He said that Elon Musk invested in CRISPR because, and so did RFK Jr., they invested in CRISPR because you're going to need it to help reverse, I think, the damage, I don't know, I'm not entirely sure, from the mRNA shots. I was like, wait, what? CRISPR is going to reverse any damage that was caused by the mRNA? So that's, I was like, oh my God, this is getting too weird. I read it so many times. Not enough, obviously, to sink in my brain, but because I was so baffled and I didn't even know what I was reading. But we're going to go through like waves of things feeling worse at other times and better at times. Like there's going to be, it's just kind of par for the course. It's how it goes here, you know? And like, we may be in the thick of it, but like, it's our growth spurt. It's our edge. You know, we're continuing to evolve. We're not getting stuck in time. Like, you're going to actually be someone on the other side of all of this pain and discomfort that you're feeling. And we all feel it at different times. We go through waves of it. But I don't know that, I don't think it's really going to feel much worse. Like, I think that we're this kind of pit feeling is like the worst of it. Okay, here's maybe the cat's body. We'll see. This is like, we'll see. I don't know what I'm doing, but I'm gonna work on this as the head. Now I'm thinking the body's a little too big. Let's make the body a little bit smaller. But I still want it to be fat. Nobody likes a skinny cat. Oops. Oh no. Dropped it. Okay. So that's really it, you know? You just have to know why you're here and remember why you're here. And like, it's your existence. Like, the fact that you have something that nobody else has, which is a real-time personal connection to God. And if they have it, they're certainly not utilizing it. Like, that needs to matter. That needs to be significant in your eyes. And I don't know how to get you there. I don't know how to get it to be significant. But that has to carry some weight. Yeah, it's just challenging here. I don't know. There's really no way around it. Okay, now this kind of looks like a Hershey Kiss body. We'll see. I just need to keep going. Doesn't it looks just like a Hershey Kiss? Okay, now we'll make the head. And we'll squish down the pointy part of the Hershey Kiss. Yeah. And I know it's not like popular to talk about, and people don't like to talk about, you know, that it's hard here, and that's not like my victim story, you know, like it's just the truth. Like, I don't know how you can't say that. I don't know how you can be like, oh my God, this place is so glorious. Like, my vibe is just the highest vibe, and when I'm in my high vibe, all goes well for me. Like, I'm like, you're fucking crazy, bitch. I don't trust people like that at all. And like, I know I err more on the side of like negativity, I guess, from that lens, but I think it's like the realest shit on the internet. Like, nobody else is talking like this. Nobody else thinks like this or says this shit out loud. They just have these feelings by themselves. And it's fucking lonely. And it's depressing and it's dark. And it's hard when you get in a hole because you feel like you're never going to come out. And like, how safe is it to like be in one of those holes? Like, will you ever come out? It's scary to go to those places deep inside yourself and ask the questions that are rattling around in your mind. Okay, I don't know. How is this working? Okay, now we have ears. I don't know if this is good. It's hard having longer fingernails too. This is my victim story. It's hard to have long fingernails when making these because then you get all these little divots in them that you don't want. But you know, to say that we're never going to feel better here and that it's dark here, like people, I don't know how that lands with people, honestly. But I think if somebody told me that, if someone was like, look, Miriam, you're never going to feel better here, and it's dark as fuck, I would honestly be relieved. And I don't know if that makes me crazy, but I would be, because it would be the truest shit anybody's ever said. Because they're not trying to get me somewhere. They're not trying to like tell me that I need to do something in order to feel better. Like something I don't want to do, something I would never do. Oh my God, this is such a funny looking cat. Oh God. I mean, it needs features, and its neck's a little crooked. It doesn't have a neck. Okay, well, maybe we should just focus back on the blueberry. That was easy. That was very simple. Very easy. Oh, it's kind of lopsided. Okay. Oh, maybe it just has a little kink in the neck. Maybe it just like sits kind of like this. Maybe it's cute. You know, maybe that's a cute feature. Okay, it needs eyes and a nose and whiskers. Oh, it needs a lot of things. We're going to be here for a while if I make this cat on stream. It's going to take me a very long time. Let's see what else we could, if I can, let's see. We'll get a little further. We'll do a little more. Okay. See, I have a light pink in here. I have a couple different shades of pink. I was like mixing colors for a while because I made this big batch of earrings. I have so many of these. They're all bubbles, or well, I don't even know, but they're all rounded. You know what I'm saying? I just made a ton of teeny balls and put them on a background of white. All different shapes. Squares, triangles. stars. There's so many in here. But I think that's where I started mixing my pinks, was when I was making those. Okay, so let's see if I can get this light pink. And I can make a little nose. And I think I'm going to do green eyes. Just a little bit of pink that now has some other color in it because my fingernails have brown under them. Great. Great, great. I'm not a professional, clearly. But I do think, and I don't think I'm just saying that, like I do think I genuinely would be relieved if someone was like, well, you know what? I am relieved actually when I think that way. When I think like, oh my God, it's darker than we want to admit. For some reason that gives me relief because it makes me feel like I'm not crazy. Because I'm like, oh, okay, I've always felt that, but I felt like I couldn't say it. And now it's like, oh yeah, I feel that and I know that to be true because look around. Everyone is so duped. Okay, that nose is way too big. Oh man. Okay, now this is good for my fine motor skills. I was listening to this video. There was this teacher woman. I think it was on YouTube. And she used to work with like little kids, like Head Start kids. And now she does like 11th grade history, AP. And her students they can't write. They have no like grip strength. They can't like use a pencil and write an essay with paper and pen and paper, pencil and paper. And she was talking about like the fine motor skills that develop when you're a kid and like how she's like, I'm sure like me playing with my Polly Pockets and like doing all that stuff as a kid, like developed my fine motor skills. But that's like not the priority anymore. Like in school, you know, they've taken out recess. They've gotten rid of so many like of the arts and she's seeing the impact of that in her 11th graders. It's really sad. Okay, how's this for a nose? I think this is the front, yeah. Okay, so here's the front. This is not my best work, but we're just gonna go with it. Okay, this is too big. That's not right. That's not right. And is it upside down? Fuck, damn it. Oh, shit, where'd it go? Oh no, I lost it. Okay, well I have plenty more. How does their nose look? Oh, it's wider at the top and then it comes to a point. I have to like actually picture Molly Cat. We're getting there. We're getting there. It's just going to take a minute. But isn't that, I don't know. It's so wild to me. And I mean, I tried writing the other day. I don't really write a lot. So after I saw that video, I was like, oh, I'm going to write a journal entry. And I even asked in my journal entry, I was like, oh no, am I retarded? Because all my sentences were so basic. I like couldn't get anything like really thoughtful out or anything deep out. It was just like a struggle. I was like, Molly Cat's driving me crazy. She's hungry. But she was meowing the whole time I was trying to write, and it was annoying. And then I think she threw up. And then I don't I don't know, this will obviously change if I have a baby, but I do not like cat throw up or anyone's throw up. So I just covered it with a paper towel, and I figured my mom could deal with it. But then David doesn't like the way my mom cleans because she doesn't really clean. So David cleaned it up. So then I told Molly today, I was like, Molly, David cleaned up your puke yesterday. And then she gave him like a double blink. She looked up at him and like, I was like, oh, she knows what I'm saying. And she's thankful. Yep, I just put the old paper towel over the piles of vomit. Ugh, yuck. Okay, how's this for a nose? That's better. Oh my god, my fingernails. Fuck, I dropped it. God damn it, I dropped it again. That's crazy. Where did it go? Oh my god, we're gonna have all this clay on the carpet and I can't see it. Oh no. Oh, it bounced. Okay, I'll try one more time. Damn it. Oh, it sucks. Okie doke. Try again. This carpet is literally 40 years old, so it's okay. I don't care so much about the carpet. I just care about the nose that I keep dropping, the noses. I'm trying to just make a cute little triangle that's not too big. See, teeny tiny, but this is too big, I think. Yeah, see, it doesn't look right. It's not right. It's not right. It's not right. Well, you guys can tell me other things, so I have other things to talk about, because I'm just going to keep repeating the same stuff, which is like, you're fine. It's worse than you think, but you're still fine. We don't know where we are, but we're still fine. No one even asks those questions, but we're still fine. Oh, you know what would actually be helpful too, if you guys are thinking of it? If you want to send me some videos from like TikTok or YouTube or wherever. I feel like TikTok is such a great breeding ground for the nonsense. But yeah, if you want to send me any like hashtag spiritual videos, David and I can react to them. I think that would be fun. Ones that you like or ones that make you cringe or whatever. It doesn't matter. Okay, I'm really focused. Okay, see? Might be better. Let's see. Do not drop it. Oh, see, it's not like, it's too, oh, that's not so bad. Okay. I can work it on the thing. Not my favorite. I feel like most people start with the eyes first. Oh, I just bent the ear. Oh, I should cut off a piece of the ear like Molly says. Okay, don't judge me. And it's also not right. It's also, it has some brown in it because brown was on my fingers. Maybe it'll look cuter when I do whiskers. That's all you get, is just a quick little flash. Our cat's whiskers, they're white, huh? I don't want to make them white though, because that's a huge, I don't want to open this. It's like all sealed. could make them this light brown maybe. Oh yeah, that would be cute. That's fine. Oh, to roll this out really thin? God, that's going to be a whole other thing. Maybe I should, the eyes also feel hard, intimidating. Maybe I need to do this alone. It's like a by yourself thing. I don't know. Okay, so I'm trying to roll out a whisker. Can you see? It needs to be way thinner, but I'll just keep rolling it out. Okay, let's ask another question. So where does it go from here, right? Like, okay, here's a really long whisker. Let's see if I can get it on and then off. And cut it with my thumbnail. Okay, well, it did not cut in the right place. That whisker is so long. That's not what we were going for. Okay. Okay. So yeah, oh, now it came off entirely. How do people do this? This is why they make like reels and stuff and chop up their videos. Okay, that's a long one. Here's a shorter one. Oh no, it's not. It's just as long, but it's fine. Oh, it's actually kind of cute. Okay, we're getting there. Now, how am I gonna replicate this on the other side? Oh shit. Okay, look, it's not so bad. I kind of like that they're like a little floppy, but I want this one to be separated out a little more. I pick it up with the little thing. Make this one go up a little bit more too. I don't know why I'm whispering. Okay, can we roll this one up? Okay, hold on, I gotta focus. Oh yeah, now we're talking. Okay. Oh my god, this is cute. I think. I don't know, maybe I'm... Okay, I don't know how I'm gonna get them the same width. But there we go. Okay, I love this. This is coming along. I don't care that it's not perfect. And I don't care if you like it or don't like it. Because you don't have to look at it ever again. This is the last time you're ever gonna look at it. Until I post it on Instagram. Every day. Okay. So where does this go, right? Like, we see clearly here. We know this place is dark and fucked up. How do we, like, still go on? Like, how do we enjoy it here? And man, I don't know. I feel like sometimes we're like so having fun being here. And then other times it just feels so dismal and miserable. And I think it's always different. It's always changing. Sorry, I might be shaking the tripod a little bit because I'm rolling out this little whisker. But I think the biggest reason for our existence here, those of us that can see clearly, is to like engage with darkness, unfortunately. Because I think that's the only way shit changes and updates. Because like we can update the collective field. Because right now the collective field is hijacked. Because you know what the collective field says. It regurgitates a zillion fucking scripts of have tos and supposed tos and why you can't and why you should and why you ought to and why you know, all the excuse du jours are up in that collective field and you can pull from it. And you know what like so-and-so would say to you if you told them about, that you didn't pay your credit card this month, they'd have a fucking meltdown. That's all the collective field. I don't know how I'm going to replicate these whiskers. The thing that matters most here is how am I going to replicate these whiskers? Ugh. They might just be thicker on one side than the other. I mean, that's okay. We're not all symmetrical. Oh, it's sticking to my fingers. Here's a whisker. Let me try to put this on my cat here. My Miss Molly cat. This doesn't look like Molly, but that's okay. So engaging with darkness, which I guess it just means engaging with reality, right? Like it's like, which is really challenging. I know I struggle with it, especially being on the HOA. Like it's hard to tell. It's hard to speak my mind when I know it's not going to land or it's not going to make sense. Or like, I have to, I don't know, things have to play out in physical reality for people before they can see what I was saying. Like that stuff's kind of exhausting, honestly. But I imagine people have their own lessons in it. I like to think one of those lessons is, oh, I should listen to Miriam more. Oh my God, she's always so right about things. That's not the lesson. I wish it was. Wouldn't that be an awesome lesson if that was someone's life lesson? Like their, immediate life lesson, not like their end-all be-all life lesson, but just one of the many. Like, oh, I should really listen to her. She seems to know what she's talking about. That would make us feel so good. Okay, if you're just joining, we're making a cat. I didn't say it was good. I just said we were making a cat. Okay. I'm afraid I'm going to fuck up these ears. But I think it's really important that we as spiritual intuitive people engage with the world in like real ways, like not in the shaman circle jerk ways, like in like real, actual, like boots on the ground, like real human, like where the real people are. I think that's like the best way to have a real, actual impact here. Sorry, I have not been looking at the screen, so I don't even know if anybody's talking. I have been so focused on this cat and these whiskers that are not good. Oh, the first set of whiskers, it was just pure luck. I'm using my right hand, which is dangerous. I'm not right-handed. I should switch hands. Hold on. Oh, damn it. Now the whiskers all tangled up. How do people do this? I guess they just do it so many times and they know what they're doing. And they probably don't have long nails. Okay, here's the third whisker. It's getting there. I'm really trying. Okay, here we go. It's so not easy to put in place. Okay, there we go. There we go. There we go. Oh, I'm feeling like I should have put the whiskers down first and then the nose on top of it, but that's okay. Oh, that's a short whisker. Okay, well, that's all right. Everyone has short whiskers. You're gonna be okay, buddy. It's just a little, yeah, it's all right. You have a really long one on this side and a really short one. The long one wraps all the way around to the back of his head. See, this side came out so much cuter. And then this has a little short whisker. It's like a little mustachio. Okay, that's fine. He's pretty cute. All right, now the eyeballs. That's going to be hard. How do I do eyes? I wanted to do green, not like lime green, and also not mint green. So I don't think that's the vibe. I'm feeling more of like a hazel, just like dark green and brown, which I don't have, but I could mix. Oh, here's a dark green. Oh, nice. I'm kind of feeling that. Let's just pinch off a piece and work it. Work it. Oh, let me see if anybody said anything. Probably nobody said anything, but... Oh, Sarah, it's so cute. What is CRISPR? Oh, okay. CRISPR. CRISPR is no E, CRISPR. It's a gene editing technology. So instead of saying genetically modified, it would be genetically edited, and they can genetically edit anything. So using CRISPR technology to grow lettuce, to whatever, like anything. So that's another thing when people are talking about like, oh, not, non-GMO, we don't want genetically modified. They just change the language to genetically edited. Yep. There you go. So it could say non-GMO, but does it say non-genetically edited? Probably not. Is it genetically edited? Maybe. Will we ever know? I don't know. So food, people, CRISPR technology. I believe they're in Canada. For what that's worth, I don't know. Just part of the story. This is like a biotech company. Gene editing. And then thanks for saying these are cute, Sarah. Or this cat's cute. It needs a tail. Lucky us. I know. I was like, right where you are, Carol. Yeah, but you'll be part of the United States soon. Don't worry. What the hell is going on, you guys? I just feel like they're like erasing history, like rewriting everything real time. Okay, these eyes are too big. Yep. Oh man, I don't know how to do cat eyes. Oh, because they're like... Oh, I do need to open my white. Oh, maybe I could do gray. Oh, this is gonna take some thought. I think this is when I would usually look stuff up online, but we're just having to go full creative. Let's see. I'm working on the gray now to make like a back for the eye. I don't know how I'm going to do this. Maybe I'll work on the tail. Skip. Let's go to the tail. I have to break off a piece of this rough, dry brown. So we'll work it for a bit. It's so dry. But in smaller pieces, it'll come back. This is very exhilarating. You know, I don't know if I would do these today if I was sitting here by myself. I think I'd just be like doing nothing. I'd be scrolling or something, I don't know. I wouldn't be like sitting and thinking and scanning like I am now. Just being in the soul space. It's nice. Feels like a good place to be. I know, I think I'm coming back to thinking about your Christian friends, Carol, that they like want you to like Jesus or be into Jesus or whatever. And it's interesting because this isn't about Jesus, but it's like, it's interesting that like you can see for them that works and you're like, okay, that's fine. But like you're on a different path and it doesn't feel like it doesn't feel like it works for you. Or whatever. I'm not trying to put words in your mouth, but just for this example, let's just say. And it's funny, like it's like you can see like this is why when David and I talk about this at the second paradigm, like you're ahead, not behind. Like that's what we mean. I mean, we mean it in so many different areas, but one of the areas is things like this. Like, and it's weird that, like, because if they were ahead of you, they would see, like, oh yeah, that's fine. Jesus just isn't her thing. It's my thing, but it's cool. It's not her thing. And it wouldn't, but it's not like that. Like, you're actually ahead of them because you can see what's right for yourself, and you can see that things are right for other people, and it doesn't matter. You're not trying to get them to like not follow Jesus or whatever. It's like, no, that's not even the point. And Jesus is such a polarizing topic. It's kind of funny. I'm using this for the example. But like I could talk about it with health insurance too, which also is a polarizing topic. But like, oops, up. Down is up and up is down. Literally, this thing is fucking confusing. I know you said something, Emily. I'll come back to it. I think you were just concurring with the moment, being in the moment. But like health insurance, right? So like I don't have it, and that bothers people. But like when I put myself in their shoes and I'm like, oh, well, what if they didn't have it? Then I'm like, oh, well, that doesn't make sense. It makes sense that they would have it. Like, they're fully subscribed to Big Pharma. They got all their fucking orange bottles on the counter. Like, it makes sense that they would have health insurance. Like, they're bought into the system. Like, I'm not bought into the system. And like when you play out the like what if scenarios with me, like it doesn't work. Like the fear mongering doesn't work. So like that's another reason I don't have it. Like it's like, well, what if something bad happens and you break your back or you know, it's like, I don't know, let me deal with it. Like I don't, like health insurance can't be the thing that gets you to deal with it or not deal with it. Like there's bigger fish to fry here. Okay, what kind of tail are we doing? I feel like this is kind of cute. It's like chunkier at the bottom. That's the part I'll attach to the body. But you know, it's funny because it's like people can't see, like the people that are fully indoctrinated in the system, in the, you know, healthcare system, this tail is way too big. Oh my God, what is wrong with me? I feel like normally I have a really good sense of like size and what fits where. Like I'm really good at bagging groceries, probably the best. This is not this is not the look. Look at that. That is huge. This is not gonna work. Okay, let's begin again. Let's tear off a little chunk of that. But like they're in the system because, for this example now with health insurance, it's like it's perceived obligation. Thanks, Carol. It's perceived obligation. They feel like they have to be in the system, and maybe they even do, depending on their status and what they're up to in their life, and like how many orange bottles they're on that are slowly killing them. You know. And like, do the orange bottles have names of demons that you summon in every time you swallow one? I don't know. I kind of think it. The names are fucking weird. But that's not the point I'm trying to make. What I'm trying to say is that like, you can put yourself, this is what puts you ahead, is you can put yourself in their shoes and you can see like why that works for them and why it's necessary that they continue on that path. Because like a sudden awakening like what you've had, and like if they were to awaken to where you are, I mean their whole world would collapse. Like they'd have to get divorced, they'd have to move, they'd have to quit their job. Like there's so many things that are just out of alignment in their life. Like they would explode, they wouldn't be able to handle it. So like health insurance, it's like, yeah, I gotta have health insurance. Like that's you got, I mean you have to, you just never know, Miriam. And it's like, yeah, but I do know is the thing. But that also doesn't make sense, you know. But to be able to see, this is what puts you ahead, is that you can see for them and they can't see. They can't see for you. Boom. How's that? How's that for a little tale? That's pretty good. Okay, we're getting there. We're getting there. Well, it's already stuck on. I didn't even try. Okay. Okay, she's getting cuter by the second. We're really gonna need some work on the eyes. She's a little thinner than I wanted. I wanted her to be her head's a little bigger than her body. But that's okay. It's okay. And then I kind of want the tail to do something a little more interesting. We'll see. We'll get there. Is she gonna have front legs? I don't know. I don't know how detailed we're gonna get. But she's kind of cute. The tail's a little thick on the base, but that's okay. I think it's all right. I could like make it longer. Let's see. And give it more of a curl. But man, this thing just like suctioned right on there. I was not expecting that. Okay, and her head's a little more crooked than I wanted. And that crazy long whisker, maybe I'm gonna cut it back now. Okay. All right. Oh, I finished the tail too quick. Now I feel like I have to go back to the eyes. Okay, we'll go back to the eyes. All right, what did Emily say? She's doing a puzzle. I saw that, but then I didn't read the rest. It's nice I'm puzzling. It feels like that time that we all hang out like we were at a coffee shop, but online. We all hung out like we were. Oh, yeah, I know. I love that. That was fun. I know. I like desperately wanted to do like, you know, we're all so virtual. So I wanted to do, we did like a Zoom thing online, and everyone just like did whatever they fucking would do at a coffee shop. It was kind of the vibe. Is what I wanted it to be. There were a couple, there was like one weirdo there. That's no longer, she's no longer with us. She's dead to me. But like everyone else, like I remember Sarah Petruno got like so much shipping done. She like had all these boxes to ship out and she like got all that done. Emily made muffins. I actually worked on these earrings actually, all these bumpy ones. I was just rolling the balls and sticking them on. I hadn't cut them out yet. But that's what I worked on that day. It was good. Good, good. Man, I do not know how I'm going to do the eyes. Cat eyes. Cat eyes out of Palmer clay. Let's look it up. I'm going to cheat. How do we get this? Okay. David had some long password before, and I don't like passwords. I don't have a password on my phone. I don't have a face scan either. I took all that shit off. And there's see no need for a password. But I asked David to make the password shorter for the computer because it was like a capital this and a, oh. Okay, so the whole eye is the color, and then the middle is a black. Okay, that changes things. Okay, so the whole eye is green. And then the middle has a black, I don't even know what you call that. Well, I know it's a pupil, but like that shape is more, I mean, how authentic am I going? Maybe I could do like a little more circular, so it's like a little cutesier. Okay, we'll see. Okay, back to green. Back to green, back to green. We'll see how this comes out. I might build it off of her body and then stick it on after. Is that too big? Yeah. Yeah, for sure, for sure, for sure. You know, I don't know if I often think about this, but maybe kind of often. I think about like people being around the second paradigm in this body of work. This is not it. And like the people that stick around and the people that don't. I don't know. It's always just interesting to me. Like who's really here for it. Because it takes like it's just a specific person. Like this work isn't just for anybody, you know? Oh, I have to warm up some black. Black, I do have black. Which I just need the teeniest bit. Was I thinking this last night? Man, I was in one of those like weird in between spaces last night. And I was thinking about like just wondering like where are our people? Because I know we have our core group and I know we have the people that get it and that are doing this but I'm like, there's gotta be more. You know, I'm like asking God if there's more. And it's not because like I want to make more money so then I'm taken care of and whatever the fuck. It's like genuinely like, where are they? Like they do exist, right? Like Like, it's not, there's not just like 12 of us, right? Or however many there are, 14, I don't know fucking how many. Okay, let's try this and see how this looks. Okay, this might be kind of cute, but it might be too big. But here's the eye. Oh, maybe it needs to be more centered. Okay, it looks cuter on my finger in my face than it does when I turn it around. I don't know. Okay, I need to pick it off with this thing. Yeah, so that was something I was thinking about, I think last night. I haven't like thought about that in a while. Like I think I used to think like that, like when I was in my like wanting to build business mode, which I'm not in the mode to build business. Like it has to happen organically. So it wasn't that kind of thought like I used to have, like desperation, grippy, whatever the fuck. However people are. Oh, I have some kind of interesting stories. I see how much I want to share of them, but it wasn't that place, but it was like a similar question, but from such a different place. Because I'm like, do these people exist? Oh no, she looks like kind of cross-eyed. Hold on, let's see. I'll show you. This eye, it needs to move out further. It's too in. It's too close to her nose. She looks like she needs glasses. Straighten out her vision. Okay. All right. Yeah, I'm just curious. I'm curious where the people are that like are doing this and like are sick of they're just like sick of being told that they're bad and wrong and that they need to do some amount of healing or they need to be positive or they need to, you know, they need to create their own reality. And if they just thought more positively or had a higher vibe, then, more riches would come to them and, or whatever the fuck. I don't even know. I don't even know what people are telling people right now. I did actually, I'm in a Law of One group, my Facebook alias. If you know, you know. It's okay that she's no longer cute. It's all right. It's okay that she lost her way a little bit. Let's see. We might be able to bring her back. Oh, is it because she doesn't have two eyes? Is that what's wrong with her? I think it's more than that. Sorry to break it to you, girl, but I think you're going to need more than two eyes. But we'll keep going. We'll keep going. I can always take it off. So yeah, I just wonder. I wonder where they are, like where are those people psychologically? Like what are they thinking about? What kind of content are they watching? Are they watching any content or are they just sick of it? Are they just sick of all of it? I think, Carol, you're probably a good person to ask if you're still here. I look like I can see you. I can't actually see if you're here. Because, Carol, we were your most recent find. You were our most recent find. I don't know how to say it, whichever way. I guess the question is, like, what were you doing before you found the second paradigm? What were you thinking about? What were you questioning? Why did what we were saying resonate? Like, or what about what we said resonated? I'm asking a ton of questions, but I don't even know if you're here, but I don't know. I don't know if this is going to work. Oh no. I mean, it's not that bad. She's kind of goofy looking. I would never sell these. So I guess that's saying something. It's not a work I'm proud of. Oh, dang it. Here she is in all her glory. She's actually not that bad. I need to fix it. It's a little bigger. This eye is a little bigger. But I mean, is that all right? I can change it. I can make it a little smaller. Let me peel these apart. Oh, that was easy. Okay. She's adorable, like a back alley cat that has some stories to tell. Yeah, that's been like beat up. Some street fights. That's like the pig I made. Stanley the street fighting pig. Nicknamed him. She's got stories to tell. Okay, speaking of stories to tell. Oh, I dropped it. There was something I was going to tell and now I can't remember it. It was about when I got together with my neighbor. I knew there would be like a depth to her, you know? I just knew she had lived a life. And it's just funny because she's like, oh, what do you do? And, you know, I told her. I was like, well, I don't know. Oh, I told her, I was like, oh, David's a channel. And she's like, oh, do you have any gifts like that? And I was like, yeah. I was like, I can talk to dead people, but I don't really advertise it. It's not like a thing. Like it is a thing, but it's not a thing, you know, like I can do it. I was like, it just has to be like really aligned in here. Like it's not like a paid for service. I don't want people fucking hiring me for that shit. And then she's like, oh, do you teach classes on that? You know, she was thinking, okay, too big. She was asked, oh yeah, it's still too big because it's the fucking same amount of clay that I put on the first time. I didn't take any clay off. Okay. She's like, oh, do you teach people? Like, you know, or does David teach people how to channel? No. I'm like, no, we don't do that. I was like, she's like, oh, that would be really cool if you taught people. And then I'm thinking like, no, we more so like help people like I forgot what I said. Like help them through like difficult dynamics or like whatever's going on in their life, like shitty people in their life and like what they need to do to like stand up to the fucking bullshit. And you know, I went on my tear. And it was just funny because it's like, oh, but this is the thing I was going to tell you. Okay, now I remember. So anyway, so that was like one part of it, right? We talked for hours. But she's taking a meditation. Okay. Oh, fuck. Okay, this is only the green part. It's still too big. Compared to the other eye. Like maybe it's not too big. Maybe I need to redo the other eye. See, we'll never really know. Let me just put this on and see. Maybe the big eye is the way to go. Or maybe she just has two different eyes. Maybe you're right, Danny. Maybe there is a story that goes with why one eye's bigger than the other and she had surgery. Maybe it's her trauma story, you know? Like, why I can't take that away from her. We should embrace her trauma. Okay, so she was saying that she was going to this meditation class. So instantly I'm judging. I mean, I'm just more like, like, you know, I'm like, And the lady that runs the meditation class is like really wanting her to like she's like, yeah, she like really wants me to like be a part of her thing and like her year-long program. And she emailed me, she texted me, she called me, she used like all the ways to get in touch with me that she possibly could. And she even like gave me a discount to sign up. And I was just cracking up. I was like, yeah, because she wants to make money. I was like, because it's not, I was like, these fucking people. And I was just like, she is in it for the money. She's like, well, I understand, you know, she's trying to run her business. And I was like, no, no, this is not how you run a business as a spiritual person. You don't fucking harass people to sign up for your stupid fucking meditation class. But it was just funny because she was like, yeah, you know, she's like, I really like the other woman there, but the woman that like runs the place, she just like keeps calling me. I was like, yeah, because she wants your money. It's not about like actual alignment. And I was telling her, she's like, oh, so like, do you guys have anything? And I was like, everything we have is free. Like, just look at our free stuff. I was like, it'll probably resonate based on our conversation. I assumed there would definitely be docs that would resonate with her. I'm fixing the whiskers right now. 1 second. I'm feeling like I should fix that little wonky whisker, or maybe it's her charm. Here we go. Okay. Her eyes are big. She's in there. She's bold. She's scared. She needs to blink, but she can't. Okay. I kind of love her. I kind of love that she's a little weird. I am going to make this one whisker longer, though. I don't like how short it is. I'm going to take that little shorty one off. But I was laughing because I was like, yeah, this is what people do. I was like, David and I lived in California, and like there's a whole like spiritual personal help development industry out there. And like it's all about the money. And it's ridiculous. Oh, and she's taking classes to become a coach, which is great, you know, whatever. It's awesome. She wants to help people. And then I was telling her something about money. I was like, oh, the money always works out. You don't have to worry about the money. And like that, she's like, yeah, that's really good for me to hear that. She's like, because, you know, she is worried about the money. And I was like, yeah, you don't have to be. I was like, it always works out. Which, again, not a popular belief. It's not even a belief. It's just the goddamn truth. Okay, sorry. I'm so focused on these whiskers right now. I kind of want this one to be a little more perfect. A little more perfect. A little more perfectly awkward. Okay. I made her bottom whisker a little longer. There we go. She's cute. She's scared. She's perfect. She needs something else, though, doesn't she? Does she need, like, would I just, like, engrave that? Do I give her paws? Let me give her a little pause and see how that looks. We'll just keep building. So I was like, yeah, I'm like, you know, that, I was like, no, you don't need to sign up for her fucking meditation course. That's what I'm saying to her about the late. She's like, yeah, she just kind of has this like way about her that I just don't really like as much as I like the other lady that goes. And I was like, well, yeah, then stick with the other lady. The one who's not fucking hounding you, trying to sell you something. And I was telling this story. I was friends with someone back in the day, and they were also a coach. And there was this person that they wanted to work with, this woman. And they were like, oh my God, Miriam, it's so soul aligned. Like, we have to work together. Like, this is her, like, I don't even know, more than one spout with cancer. I was like, holy shit. Cutest kitty. Thanks. She, what did Danny say? She had to defend her turf one night and she got into a fight. That's why one of her eyes is bigger. She's just shocked. So I was friends with this woman who said, you know, oh, it's so soul aligned that this lady and I work together. She has cancer for the, I don't know, it was like second or third time, like something awful. And then like she was so excited about how soul aligned it was. And then like a day later or something had happened where the woman couldn't come up with the money to pay. And then my friend was all upset, you know. And then I was just, this was like the first ripple in our friendship where I went ham. Because sometimes I do that. Sometimes I just fucking unleash the beast. And I said, if this was actually fucking soul aligned, you'd work with her regardless of the money. It's not so fucking tit for tat. Like, if you really feel it in your soul that you're supposed to work with this person, it can't be about the fucking money. She has fucking cancer. Like, are you fucking kidding me? My friend didn't like that. Shocker. And then, yeah, it was just a matter of time before the friendship completely fizzled out. But that always stood out to me because I'm like, if I'm really supposed to work with someone, I'll do it. I don't care about the money. I can't. If I start caring about the money, it's over. Like, it's not, I can't. It's like, oh, but Miriam, your worth and your time is valuable. It's like, yeah, no shit. And so what? What are you trying to tell me? It's like, well, you gotta. It's like, no, I don't gotta do anything. I gotta do the things that are here. And if it's here for me to have a call with someone for $0, then let's fucking do it. And like the money will show up in another way. It's not even like that person per se is going to come up with the money and send it in like 10 years or whatever. Like, it's not even that. It's like, it's so much bigger than that. And you can't call something soul aligned, but only when there's cash. It's so soul aligned. This is a soul aligned client because they're paying me $20,000 a month. It's like, Jesus. I think that's possible. I think you could have a client pay you $20,000 a month and have it be soul aligned. But I also think it's possible that you cannot be paid a dime and have it be soul aligned. But well, that's not how you do business, Miriam. Well, it's how I do business, fuckers. Oh my God, I'm really loving these front feet on this cat right now. I'm too nervous to show you. What if you guys don't like it? I'm insecure. My childhood friend and I, Sarah, we went, I forget the name of it. It was something gorge in Colorado. Oh shoot, I got a whisker on his. Oh. Okay, well, I was gonna put little paw marks. I think I still am. Let me see. Oh no, I'm not. Oh yes, I am. Oh, but I'm gonna do them different now. Now I see what I'm gonna do. Hold on, let me peel that off, and then I'll show you. We went. It was, what was it? It was something gorge. It was something gorge, and we zip lined across from one side of the gorge to the other. We rode like the air train or whatever tram thing, ski lift from one side, and then we zip lined down the other. And the guy was like, he did something on Sarah's, all her things. He was like, A1B, secure. And, they're talking to each other, but he didn't do it on mine. And I was like, am I secure? So, and she thought that was the funniest thing. So forever, that's been like an inside joke. Am I secure? I was so scared. I'm like, why didn't he check all my things and say AB12, secure? So now when I was just insecure about my cat, I was thinking, am I secure? Okay, here's her. All right, and she definitely, oh my God. No, that's too much. I was going to put the blueberry on the top of her head, but I feel like she needs a bow. Okay, there's her little feet. See, now I'm nervous. Now I'm like, oh, maybe it's not as cute as I thought. But here's her little feet. She doesn't have arms. Or maybe these are her arms, and her legs are under her. Oh, so if those are her arms, should they be up higher? I don't know. She looks cuter in person. When I put her up on the camera, she doesn't look as cute anymore. Okay. How do I make a bow? Do I make a bow or do I put like, oh, I could put a small blueberry on top of her head. Oh, dropped it. Or could I do a strawberry? Is that weird? A strawberry. Wait, why do I kind of like that? Hold on, let's see. I don't know if this is the look. The strawberry's already been baked. It's an earring. Oh my god, why do I kind of like that? It's not the right colors, but and the lemon's not going to be right either. But I can try. I mean, it's pretty cute. Yeah, the thing's in the wrong place. I mean, she just looks like she has a hat on. A lemon hat. Oh, caught it. I don't know. We'll feel it out. But I did get a whisker stuck on her body right there. See, because the light's kind of in the way, but there's that's part of her whisker that I guess I crushed into her body. So I think I'll actually I'll do some like patchwork, not whiskers, not lines. I'll do like more blobs with this lighter color, the color that I made her whiskers. I'll put some blobs on her coat. Yeah, I think it's interesting, like in the world of personal development, self-help, coachy coach, like there's this whole like know your worth and all that stuff. And it's like, yeah, like I get it. But there's also like, there's just this like feeling of rightness that we always talk about. And it's like, you have to just do the things that are here. And like, you can feel when it's here. And like, yeah, there are also times when there's a lesson learned in it when it's not here and you like overgive or overextend and it starts to feel weird and it's like, this doesn't feel right. Or like the first time felt right, but now this is like, okay, this is getting out of hand. Like, of course there's that. But it's just not so tit for tat. And to know that we're like always taken care of and always supported no matter what, as long as we're doing the things that are here, like that's, I don't know, there's nothing like it. Okay, now how do I get a weird shaped thing? Because these are all coming out as like little circles. Like pancakes. Oh, maybe she's gonna be spotted. Oh, it's not really what I'm going for. Maybe she just has a weird whisker birthmark on her side. I think that's fine. I don't know if I can do the whole give her spots thing. I think it's gonna be too complicated. I think if I made the color, if I like made it more from the beginning and blended the colors, then it might come out better, but I don't think I want to do that. I do think I want to put little nubs on the bottom of her feet, like little indents coming up. We'll see how it looks. If it doesn't look good, then we'll just take them out. I'll just redo them. Oh yeah, that's fine. That looks great. Let's do just 3. Yeah, just some little Just a little texture there on the bottom. See her feet? And that's pretty cute. She definitely needs a bow. Or maybe I could make like, I think a strawberry would be really cute. How do I do that? What's the best way to do a strawberry? Like it almost needs to be a little smaller than this, I think. Or maybe, well, because this green isn't the right color green with this green of her eyes. I don't like the way that looks. But I do like her. Oh, I do really like that. Okay, I'll just make a new strawberry. All right. Where is the pink? Because I like the pink. I think the pink is great. This one. It's this one. Oh, it's really dry. What else is new? Big surprise. Okay. Yeah, it's going to be a minute. It's going to be a minute. I think I could make the blacks of her eyes a little, like more, like long, oblong. I don't know what shape is that. It's like teardrop, but on both ends. Okay, we're back to, let's push up is down and down is up. I have my Christmas pants on, fleece line leggings, polyester to the core. Nothing fancy, but they're warm. It has been so cold here, but it's supposed to warm up apparently to like 40 or something. So all this crazy snow and ice that we have is going to melt, and then I think it'll probably cause a lot of damage. The ground will get really wet. Might even have some like flooding or something. See, life isn't so bad. You can still know what you know about the world and make clay cats. Like the funny thing is like there's really not much for us to do. I think that's kind of like another disheartening part about this whole journey is like you learn it all, you see it all. By all, I don't know what I mean, but you know what I mean. A lot more than we did 5 years ago, that's for sure. But then it's like, okay, well, in my day-to-day, there's really not much for me to do other than like the things that I'm already doing, which I've been guided into. Like, it's here for me to work this job right now because it makes sense. It makes sense from like a greater orchestration standpoint. It allows me to live on my own, to have this place that I do. It allows me to be free from other dynamics that I would otherwise be in if I didn't have this job. Like, that's why I'm working this job or whatever, right? That's one example. Oh man, my hands are starting to hurt. My fine motor skills aren't so fine right now. They're clunky. When I was telling my neighbor, I was like, yeah, I'm just in this iteration of life where like I'm not supposed to be working. And she like lit up so happy. It was funny. I was like, oh, she wants that. She's so busy every single day. It's kind of crazy. She has something every day. She has like all these standing commitments. And she's like, I know it's too much. And I was like, well, you won't have them. I was like, it makes sense. I said, it makes sense that you've filled up your time because I mean, you finally are free. She was in a not so great place before. I was like, it would make sense that like you have the freedom to do all these things that you want to do, that you would just fill up your schedule. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. It's like you're making up for lost time. And she's like, well, I feel like I'm doing it to be avoidant. And I was like, I wouldn't take it that seriously. I'm sure the therapist would, but I don't. But anyway, there's something I was going to say in regard to that. Now I totally lost my train of thought. My thumbs are starting to turn pink. When my mom, I've talked about this before, but when my mom first had her first stroke in 2011, so when I got into Palmer clay, when I started making all these little things, I made Easter eggs and rainbows and pumpkins and sheep. I just wanted to make anything and everything. The sheep was actually really cool. I think I rolled a black ball for the body, and then I rolled white, like really long white little snake things, and then I twisted the white up. And then since then I've made like gnomes. I was big into gnomes a couple years ago. I just could not stop making them. And then I made earrings and the strawberries, blueberries, lemons, and lime collection. Available at thesecondparadigm.com/shop. I think I'll always be a maker. Oh, but I was telling her that I'm just not, like I'm not working, like not in the traditional sense by any means. And then she was like, oh, well, that makes sense. Like you've been able to like do a lot with the board, and which is true. Like if I was working a traditional job, I don't know that I would have been able to even see all that I've seen with the how things were run with our previous property management company. I don't know that I'd have the bandwidth, but like it was, oh my God, it was so important for us to uncover all of that. And like even like being around and like available for my mom. You know, as hard as it is, I can see that there's also benefit in that. And like it's not a big deal. I can take her to the senior center on Thursdays, and I can bring her to all her doctor's appointments, even though I can't fucking stand going. I'm capable. You know, if something were to happen, if she were to fall again or have another stroke, like I'm here. I can pick up her groceries and do all that stuff. If I was working like a traditional job right now, I think I would be fucking miserable. It's just not, it's not part of this reality configuration. It's not what I'm supposed to be doing. And if it is time to ever work a traditional job and get involved with the world in those ways, then I will. But I genuinely don't feel it. At least not anywhere close. I feel like that's more David's thing. At least right now, he's been doing so much maintenance work, it's kind of bananas. Okay, so here's how I make the strawberry. I have these cookie cutter things, well, clay cutters, and then I do the heart first. So there's the heart. Okay, and then it usually just comes out, but it is stuck for some reason. Okay, there we go. Here's the remnants. And then I shape it, I pinch it down. Like that. Make it like a strawberry shape. See? You can kind of tell this was once a heart. I want it to be like a little chubbier. Oh gosh, why do I drop everything? Okay, that I can at least find because it's bigger than the nose. But it did get my hair on it. Okay. Let's see, I kind of want to make it a little bit like chunkier. Okay, and then I think I'll do here's the look. And then I think I'll do the green as her eyes, leaves. Yeah, because I think the other ones just clash a little too much. Can't believe my phone hasn't died yet. It's a small miracle. It's been 1:47 minutes. And then I kind of just make this shape. And then I take this little scorer thing. Oh, I'm not going to be able to get the right angle, but and then I score it. It's not focusing, but you get the idea. And then I stick 3 of these on the strawberry. The nails are a problem. I don't know how other people do it, but this is just how I do it. I'm sure there's other ways and better ways and all that stuff, but this is just kind of what I figured out that would work. There's people that have like patterns and all sorts of stuff. Like stamps. I did get some stamps actually. Where you can like make different textures. This one's actually really pretty. There's all different ones. Oh, this is like really delicate, like teeny little flowers. I thought those were pretty. It looks prettier in real life. You just have to trust me. And then dots and cheetah print and bees and honeycombs. I played around with them a little bit. Kind of excited she's going to have a strawberry on her head. I feel like that's a good look. getting hungry. Hey, David. Hey, David. I can hear him down there. I was hoping he would make dinner. Okay, here's the strawberry. Dee, 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 dee. And then I'm going to make some little dashes in here to give it some texture, like strawberry seeds, you know? Can't see it, but that's, you gotta just take my word for it. And then how the heck do I stick this to her head? That, oh, that's kind of cute. Oh, maybe it can just sit on top of her head. Okay, here we go. I think we're done. I'm really into her. I think she's very cute. I think she's gonna look perfect on the door hinge. Her tail might get in the way, but there she is in all her glory. The one last thing I could see myself maybe adding is like silver to add some shinies to her eyes. Just an eye shiny, a little teeny one. Let's see. Or am I really gonna fuck it up? I don't know. I mean, I can't fuck it up. Impossible. But I need to eat. I'm getting hungry. I don't know, guys. It's sticking to my finger. It needs to be even smaller, I think. Hold on. Oh, it's gonna be so teeny tiny. Okay, it needs to be half this size. And then I can split, this is the littlest piece ever. I can split this little piece on my thumb. I can split that in half and then put it on her eyeballs. Let's try. Split it in half. And my half is, one half is bigger than the other. It's not actually in half. Okay, well maybe her bigger eye gets the bigger shiny. And her little eye gets the little shiny. Okay, that's cute. Let me just take off a little more of the big one. It's too much. Sorry, you're just looking at the top of my head. We are just in the trenches right now. I'm not thinking about camera angles or anything. We are just here and we are doing it. And you can't see anything I'm doing, but I'll show you in a second. Okay, wait, I think that made it even cuter. Holy moly. Okay, she's pretty cute. I really like her. She doesn't have a mouth, but that's better. That's like 10 times better. Oh my god. It's like she has a French beret on her head. Okay, she's pretty cute. I'm pleased. I want her tail to be like a little bit different. Wow. 10 out of 10 stars. I did it. We did it. This is what can happen. And then we have a giant blueberry. That's how we kicked off the convo. Okay, I'm going to put all these colors back. Oh, I do actually have white. Oh, well. I was going to say, I don't, oh, that's a different color, green. I don't know what was in this bag. Oh, this is going to be a pain to figure out because I think I need more bags or something. I don't know what I did. Where's the silver? Oh, here's the silver. Okay, that's why. This isn't, I don't think this, no, this is a different kind of silver. But that's fine, it can coexist. And this can coexist in here. These browns can live with this other weird color. Okay. Heart can go back. In here I have a bunch of different, just different shapes. Anytime you go to Michael's, make sure you have your 50% off coupon. Don't ever pay full price at Michael's. Not worth it. Or you can do 40%, that's fine, but they also do 50% coupons. Okay, I think that's it. And then I have this like Dremel kit I've yet to use. I forget why we got it. I was going to use it for something and then I don't know what happened. For some reason I never used it. Oh. Oops. That is it, my friends. We have a cat with no name and a blueberry. I'm going to go bake these in the oven. Oh my god, I really like her. The strawberry on the head is everything. That is really doing it for me. I'm picking up all these little other bits, stray bits. But I think this was a good chat. I think we covered a lot of ground. I think it's important to remember that you're not alone, even though it feels a very lonely path. And most of it is. And none of us are in close proximity to each other, really. Like kind of, but not like on the daily. Like we're not like living in community together. Look at this swirl. It's kind of cool. And I don't think we're supposed to. I don't think we're supposed to live in community like that. I think we're supposed to be engaged with the world. We have a different purpose here than what all those other #spiritual people think they're supposed to be doing. Okay. I'm hungry. I gotta eat. And I will see you next time. Thanks for hanging out. We'll see you later.